Thank you, sir.
And at the top of the hill,
That's a GPS unit. It's a ground-penetrating radar. I can record the snow depth as I travel.
Alan always gives an explanation,
It tracks my movements.
even on the ride down.
Do a little mapping.
They ask because Alan is the only skier in the East with this kind of gear, a global positioning system, or GPS on his back, a radar unit dragging behind.
Most people think I'm looking for gold.
Not gold, but for ski resorts, nearly as precious. Stratton is the first in the nation to use this equipment. Snow depth. The darkest spots are the deepest, near snowmaking hydrants. Stratton uses the information to move the artificial snow around, making sure fewer runs have a thin cover.
It's got a huge environmental impact if we manage the consistency of the depth, and it's also
Competitive advantage.
the benefits to skiers are obvious. The last thing anyone wants to do on the way down the hill is run into some rocks or a bare spot. This allows a nice even cover down the whole run.
Actually, it's to my liking when it's nicely groomed. I can really ski effortless.
Stratton says the technology,
It's not your typical desk job, right?
and despite the questions, you won't hear Alan complain about this job.
Fun science.
Fun science mapping the slopes. In Stratton, for Champlain 2000, Graham Johnson, News Channel 5.
Basically, welcome to an experience that I hope you never have to endure in real life.
It's an experience that will change their lives, at least for a day. Students in Bonnie Duke's sociology class are spending 24 hours in wheelchairs.
You might want to put that on first, because once you sit, you can't use your legs. We don't really get how privileged we are until we actually have to change our circumstances.
Larissa Williams says she gets it now after struggling through her daily routine.
It took me a few tries to even get into the stall at the bathroom.
Polly Barrett says it didn't take long for her arms to become weary. Her hands got a workout.
My hands are in pain. They're blistering, they're red, they hurt.
But it's not only physical.
You got it?
Holly had to go to the mall. It's part of the assignment. There, she felt emotional pain, discrimination. She says people brushed her off.
The way I saw it, people were like, hi, I don't really want to get to know you. I'm just saying hi out of courtesy.
Holly knows she can walk away from this tomorrow, but one of her classmates cannot. Ben Chater has cerebral palsy. He inspired this lesson, but he didn't want to be left out and asked to experience a different disability.
I know I have a lot to learn myself.
And you're going to look kind of funny, but notice what people...
Ben will wear special glasses that make him legally blind. He says simply getting from one end of the hall to the other is now a challenge.
He looks kind of cool.
It teaches you a lot.
Oh, Chris.
There's one thing Ben knows about that the others don't, the evacutrack.
The fire alarm goes off. You open the evacutrack case,
It's used in emergencies
and then you just lift it out. It's
to get people with disabilities out of the school.
lift and sit, and then Libby guides her back. Here we go. How you doing, Molly? Put your head back.
The students had to let others help them. They had to trust
Put your head back, Mom.
and lose some of their independence.
And you take for granted your legs, you really do, and how much freedom you have with them.
When you think about it, 24 hours is not a big price to pay for a little bit of empathy.
Holly and Larissa say after being disabled for a day, they'll try not to take their abilities for granted. For Ben, well, he says to see the world clearly, he had to be blind. In Montpelier, for Learning Counts, Stephanie Gorin, News Channel 5.
Bonnie Duke says local businesses and organizations donated the wheelchair.
Still shot, but Mike French took it, and I tell you what, it is impressive even in this picture, but if you look with your own eyeballs, it...
Oh, check this out. The Northern Lights, huh? Show in the sky.
Did you guys see this at all last night?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't either.
I'm going to be phoning you later tonight because I think we're going to get a
Please
bit of a
do.
repeat. That's what NASA is thinking at this point. It was spectacular.
That is amazing.
That is incredible.
It was really good. Our photographer, Mike French, God bless him, got
Yeah.
out of bed.
He loves
and
this
one
stuff.
shot at it. There it is. Wait a minute, who's shooting that? How did he do that? But he got up, I think he shot this at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was out there looking at it at 1 o'clock.